the Portuguese national team. The players are now out. We're passing through the screen. That's the players that are been chosen by Roberto Martinez. So, Pedro, initial thoughts here from the Portuguese national team. How are we feeling with PSG players so inspired? Portuguese PSG players so inspired. How are you feeling, mate?
Yeah, Alex, I believe that there's absolutely no other choice for Roberto Martinez other than to put in the midfield Vitinha, João Neves, and Bruno Fernandes. Because we're talking probably about three of the best midfielders in the world at the moment.
It's the best midfield in international football.
I agree with you, Alex. I agree. And people can say, oh, there's lack of physicality. Don't get João Neves wrong because of being a small guy.
Vitinha, in terms of tackles and in terms of anticipation, he's a genius.
And have you seen the intensity Bruno Fernandes just puts into the game?
Exactly.
It's crazy. So
he plays everywhere, Bruno Fernandes. The heat map of Bruno Fernandes against Real Sociedad was at the left, was at the right, was in front, was at the back. He was everywhere. And he became the all-time goal scorer of Europa League.
Goal contributions.
Goal contributions.
Yeah, goal contributions.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But still, it's a good stat to have.
And look, Portuguese. I'm so proud of being Portuguese. We have the all-time leading in goal involvements to the Champions League, Cristiano Ronaldo. We have the all-time leader of goal involvements too in Europa League, Bruno Fernandes. We have the best midfield in international football, like we said, João Neves, Vitinha, and Bruno Fernandes. And at the left, we have the best left back in the world of football, Nuno Mendes.
Undoubtedly, Alex. And it just gives me the chills, man. Nuno Mendes, we've known about Nuno Mendes for a while, and
since
now
the age of 18,
this
4
season
years.
he seems to have overcome his injuries problem, which were really what was setting him back.
True.
Having this game rhythm to develop, and it was a shame that he was not as available as he should have been for Portugal these last few competitions, because he could have really made a difference. And he's a step up from Rafael Guerreiro, in my opinion, completely. So you have in goal, I have some doubts in goal about Portugal. Because Diogo Costa hasn't been putting up the performances. You have Rui Silva, which is playing really decently for Sporting.
You're a Sporting fan, though, mate. Just giving it out.
Which
makes you perfect to talk about Quenda, which we'll talk about later.
But coming from Betis, and Rui Silva had some decent seasons in Spain, which granted him the call-up to the Portuguese national team.
It's true.
Coming from almost nowhere, because he was basically unknown from most Portuguese fans.
He was called up for Portugal.
Yeah, but before being called, he was probably unknown because he played at Nacional.
Olha que o Pedro Azevedo, pre-match show, called it up.
No, but before, I'm talking about a few years ago, not now.
That's true.
He was not known until he was called up for the Portuguese national team the first time, because he went from Nacional to La Liga, and then he did an alternative route towards greatness. And now turning 30, I see him as a great alternative to Diogo Costa.
At the age of 31?
Yeah, and I see Portugal's goal both safe with both keepers, actually.
And José Sá also in the mix. Then we have Samuel Soares, played at Benfica. Yep. André Gomes, also a quality goalkeeper at Benfica. Yeah, I agree with you, but still, Diogo Costa, it's not because he's having a bad run of games for Porto that I'm going to take him off.
It's not a bad run of games, Alex. It's a bad season. And if you don't forget...
it's not his fault.
Portugal was knocked out due to a Diogo Costa mistake against Morocco.
It's true, but look at the 3 saves he did in the row, penalty saves. That was
Alex, really...
I'm backing him, though.
What sets me back with Diogo Costa is the corners, his head pieces. I think he needs to improve on that.
But a question that people have is with Cristiano Ronaldo too. There's a lot of people that take the time. Now that Cristiano Ronaldo is 40, they say Penaldo, this, that, and the other thing. Disrespectful, ridiculous. Cristiano Ronaldo is still scoring goals, and that's why he's in his 23rd consecutive year playing for the Portuguese national team. Cristiano Ronaldo starts against Denmark.
Yeah, I think he should, Alex. And it's not only due to his goal-scoring ability.
Gonçalo Ramos, maybe.
Yeah, but Gonçalo Ramos hasn't been like...
He's been scoring goals, man.
Yeah, but he's not starting every match for PSG,
But the matches that Gonçalo Ramos is starting, he's scoring. He scored an important pen against Liverpool.
That's true, Alex. But while Ronaldo is still putting up the performances, I would put Cristiano Ronaldo either way, because he's the leader of the Portuguese Armada. He's the main man up front. And he's 73 goals away from making history, being the first player ever to reach 1,000 official goals.
He's getting it.
You think he's going to get it?
100%.
Alex, just imagine this dream scenario. World Cup final, Portugal-Argentina, Ronaldo versus Messi. 90th minute, Ronaldo scores his 1,000th
I don't think Messi's going to Twitter. No, he'll go.
He'll go. It's in the US, man.
Yeah, he'll go. The final is in Miami.
He's going to be basically the ambassador, man. He can score as much as double touch penalties as he wants in the 2026 World Cup.
But you're okay. It's the right time. We're not going to do a Portugal 11 still. Okay, watch future podcasts in which we'll do, because the lineup is still unpredictable. We have Renato Veiga, Antonio Silva, Gonçalo Inácio. I was surprised. We got so many quality center backs. Like I said, Renato Veiga, Antonio Silva, Gonçalo Inácio. But Tomás Araújo should be in the selection of Portugal. Do you agree?
Yeah, like
He's the best center back
it was
at
quite
Benfica.
it was quite shocking in my opinion. I mean, Roberto Martinez says he has a chronic injury, which I don't doubt. He says he's not injured, but he needs some time to recover.
Chronic injury. That's
Yeah.
a big.
You-
That's
I
a
mean, you didn't
statement.
see that
I did
statement.
say it, but I saw. I think it was
But-
corrected
But
because of
I
the
mean,
translation. He mentioned it.
so maybe he needs a bit of rest. But for me, it was shocking that Tomás Araújo was not being called up for the Portuguese
Florentino Luis,
national
what
team,
does he need
and
to
Antonio
do?
Silva was, because Antonio Silva, to be honest, has been shockingly bad this season.
Not the best.
Shockingly
the
bad
best.
in my opinion. Let's not be afraid to say it. He's been not at the level he got us used to. And Tomás
Fernandes.
Araújo is just António Silva at the moment is just starting because Benfica doesn't have a right back.
It's true.
And they have to play Tomás Araújo there.
It's true, it's
and
true.
that is harming Tomás Araújo, and maybe that's why he didn't get called up, because he has not been playing in his favorite position.
It's true.
So for me, that's not a good thing, and he should deserve that call up instead of António Silva. And I'll tell you more. In my opinion, Portugal should play 3 centre-back system with Tomás Araújo, Ruben Neves, and Gonçalo Inácio. And
Ruben
that's it.
Neves.
Ruben Dias, sorry. Sorry, guys.
So 3
Yeah, not
centre-back
Ruben Neves.
system with Gonçalo Inácio, Ruben Dias,
Yeah.
and Tomás Araújo.
Yeah, for sure.
Nuno Mendes, left wing back. Geovany Quenda, right wing back.
Ooh, that's bold.
João
That's
Neves
bold.
and Vitinha midfield. Come on, what's
That's
bold
bold.
about
That's
this?
bold because I don't know if Diogo Dalot is not gonna start.
Ooh, yeah, because of the presence. But I think 4 at the back. Diogo Dalot plays at the right back
Yeah,
role.
for sure. But if they go for the 3 centre-back system, Geovany Quenda can make the appearance on
But
the right. yeah.
Roberto Martinez has everything to go bold, because look at the present and future of Portugal. Players 25 and under. We have Nuno Mendes, João Neves, Diogo Costa, Vitinha, Pedro Neto, Francisco Conceição, Trincão, João Félix, Roger Fernandes, Ivana Braga, Gustavo Sá, Tomás Araújo, Gonçalo Inácio, Rafael Leão. How could I forget? António Silva, João Simões, that can be conceived as underrated. Tiago Santos, great player. Martim Fernandes, and the 2 best 17-year-olds, Portuguese 17-year-olds, Rodrigo Mora and Geovany Quenda. So Pedro, how are you feeling as a sporting fan that Geovany Quenda has signed for Chelsea? Not this season, not the next one, the following one.
Alex, if I have to be honest with you,
July of 2026, correct?
yeah, the way I see it is a great deal for Sporting. Okay, because you're not only securing next season, I think it's the biggest sale ever that Sporting has done from an academy
You
player.
think Sporting is going to sell Victor Gyökeres?
Yes,
Ousmane Diomande?
as well. Yeah.
Martin Hoylman? No.
No, he's gonna stay.
Trincão? No.
Tricot is gonna stay.
So
In my opinion, 3 players gonna go.
Kenda guaranteed sale,
Kenda, yeah.
Diomande, and
Gyökeres,
Gyökeres.
yeah.
That's 200 million,
Yeah,
right?
and that's enough to reinforce the squad. And
If
Alex, if I have to be honest with you, yeah, if you guys think about it, and for those who are saying it's a bad deal, Geovany Quenda is the most expensive player ever coming out from the Sporting Academy just by having this 50 million value. Because you have only Bruno Fernandes ahead, and Bruno Fernandes was not from the
And
Sporting
Gonçalo
Academy.
Inácio will not surpass this amount.
Yeah, because he's a center back, so I don't think so. So, guys, you're securing one more season, one of the best talents in the world, getting 50 million and maybe plus on variables. And if I had to tell you, guys, for 20 million, you're gonna have next season one of the best wingers in the world, or whatever.
For one season.
Yeah, for one season. So instead of selling him next season by 70, you're selling him this one for 50, securing the.
So you think next
securing him
season
for one more.
Geovany Quenda will be perceived as one of the best wingers in football?
Not young wingers, yes, for sure.
Like under 20 for sure.
Yeah, for
I
sure,
agree.
undoubtedly.
And
yeah.
this is how special Geovany Quenda is. He starts the game yesterday at left wing, and he finishes the game at right wing back. True. And I prefer to say right wing or right wing back, because when I saw him in academy football since the age of 15, it's always been at the right wing, and he's been destroying people at the right wing.
And if you take a look at the Sporting against Man City match, that Gyökeres goal was a Geovany Quenda assist coming from the right, flecting it inside, doing the through ball with his left foot, and putting Gyökeres in front of it.
Look at the vision he has to have, and he's playing out of position from where he played in academy. Geovany Quenda is this elite talent completely. 10 Champions League matches this season, 44 matches in all competitions at the age of 17. One of the players with the most minutes for Sporting this season.
Yeah, and just let me add, because Geovany Quenda is the only player in the Sporting squad that has been a part of every single match this season at 17 years old. This is not normal.
Trincão, no?
This is not normal. No, Trincão, no. He didn't play against Dortmund.
Insane.
That's an insane stat. With 17 years old,
being
Johnny wants to
present
do
with
it.
all matches, and he still lives in the academy, which shows the responsibility and maturity, step by step.
And
It's
also, Alex,
insane.
accepting to stay one more year at Sporting also is a sign of
I
maturity.
think he wanted that.
It's
I
also
think he
because
wanted that,
if he goes to Chelsea, and you know as well as I do, Chelsea is just the type of club that buys everything, everyone. if you're a starlet, if you're an uprising player, they just go for it. So the competition is high. And don't forget, they still have names at the club such as Jadon Sancho, Mudryk,
Sancho's going back to United, though.
Noni Madueke. You think Chelsea's going to pay for him to go back?
Hey, United has such a
Noni
big problem
Madueke,
in their
so
hands.
Chelsea here is stacked up with the wingers, and maybe they're going to even buy more. And the attackers, they bought Estevão as well from Palmeiras.
Yes.
So they're stuck
I'll
with
talk
players.
more about
The
that in
competition
the
is so
later
high.
review.
So if Quenda gives himself time to build up his physicality, his finishing ability, and then go to Chelsea as a more build-up player and cause a better first impression, I think that's the best solution for Quenda.
Sporting can't sell all their players in this transfer window by saying Vitor Gyökeres and Diomande. Those are two key players. They have to stay with De Bast. They have to stay with Martin Willman.
De Bast is
Conrad
class, man.
Harder.
De Bast
Yeah,
is
De
class.
Bast plays at midfield and plays at center back. If you do not know about Zeno De Bast, you will soon know about him. Sporting have elite recruitment. I gotta give kudos to them.
Maybe on this national team break, because he's gonna start in the midfield for Belgium.
Or center back. I think he'll play center back.
I think it's Raul Garcia, right? The manager. I
Rudi
think
Garcia.
Rudi Garcia. Rudi Garcia is gonna start Zeno De Bast at the
He
midfield.
spoke about that. It's a player that gives me more options, so why not get him completely? So that gives more quality to the player. And obviously, if I'm mentioning Geovany Quenda, I saw the under-17 last Euros, which Portugal lost in the final to Italy with Francesco Camarda, the elite talent from AC Milan. But Portugal had Geovany Quenda, João Simões, and Rodrigo Mora, the best player of Portugal in these under-17 Euros. Rodrigo Mora, how are we feeling about him? Will we see him in the World Cup? Because, look, I'm FC Wonderkid. I'll say this. Rodrigo, I said about Nuno Mendes, Vitinha, Geovany Quenda now. Please talk about Rodrigo Mora also. One of the best talents I've ever seen in academy football in Portugal. And he's translating that importance to Porto. If Porto's going to do anything this season, it's because of Rodrigo Mora, and he's 17 years old. So, Pedro, what's your opinion?
Yeah, I don't remember seeing a player a midfielder at his age performing the way he is in Portugal.
Exactly.
So, I mean, you have
Mora,
you had the likes of Pedri and Gavi as well, but not in Portugal.
Different,
yeah. The thing is, Rodrigo Mora, if you look at Vitinha, which undoubtedly currently is the best talent coming out from Olival, at 17, he didn't show even close to the talent that Rodrigo Mora is showing right now. And let's not forget that Vitinha was off-written by Wolves at 21 because they had the option to buy. And now they've been like
20 million.
They must be so mad that they have not exercised it because 20 million for Vitinha will be such a bargain. But yeah, Rodrigo Mora, it's 4 years younger than Vitinha was at the time.
True.
And Rodrigo Mora probably, if Wolves had the option to buy Rodrigo Mora for 20 mil, they wouldn't think twice because he will be, in my opinion, Rodrigo Mora will be superior than to what Vitinha is. If he follows the standard evolution like Vitinha did, in my opinion, Rodrigo Mora will end up
he's the
being
natural
better.
replacement of Bruno Fernandes in the national team. The composition, the maestro. Bruno Fernandes is 30. Rodrigo Mora is 17. He will learn from Bruno Fernandes in the national team. Yes, that's my expectations. 100% Rodrigo Mora will be playing with Nuno Mendes, with Vitinha, with João Neves. That's the level of talent that he has. And 15 games, 4 goals, 3 assists for Porto. And in this weekend, nobody assisted him for that goal. He knew that if the goalkeeper saved that ball, he could score the goal. Vision, anticipation. So, Rodrigo Mora is inevitable. So I wanted to mention this here in the Portuguese national team. Like this video if you want more videos about the Portuguese national team reacting to the aftermath against Denmark. And yes, go bold and subscribe to FC Wonderkid.